Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm really excited that you're here, and I'm particularly excited because today I'm talking about international students and why you should become one. I've been an international student for about 5 years or so, and it's just been so exciting. It's been a delight. It's really filled me and given me so much excitement for life. And I've met so many students who are considering it, but they're not sure, or they don't really understand what it means to be an international student, or students that want to become international students, but their parents are like, I already know if I want to be sending you that far, And so I wanted to create a video that helps you to decide, and helps you to decide, and helps your parents to decide whether or not it's really beneficial to actually get up, packy things, go across the world and learn. So welcome to the video. This is 6 reasons why you should become an international student. The first benefit I'm going to talk about is the fact that you're able to step out of your comfort zone, both physically and figuratively, consistently. And I know you might be like, Esther, why are we talking about comfort zone? Why is this a benefit? This doesn't sound nice. Like, I don't really like this. We should be talking about making friends. But bear with me. There's a quote by John Astoraf that says, a comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows in it, basically. And the idea is that once you step out of your comfort zone, you're really able to expand yourself, and several times over. And so that's the idea, and that's why I put comfort zone as the first benefit. And think about it this way: from the very first day that you leave, you are consistently taking a step out of your comfort zone. You are consistently growing and expanding, no matter how big or how small. For some people, it might be the first time that you're taking a flight by yourself, or you're going to a new country, or you are speaking to someone in French when you only know English and Spanish. But these things are consistent ways that you step out of your comfort zone and you get stronger. Figuratively, you also have to deal with you. You have to deal with how you grow and how you step out of your comfort zone. How you manage workload, how you make new friends. These are all things that we take for granted because we're so used to being in the same hometown with the same friends from school, or friends from church, or friends from your neighborhood. But once you're taken out of that comfort zone and you're put somewhere else, how do you adapt, how do you survive, and how do you later thrive? And that's a benefit. Knowing how to evolve and adapt is one of those big traits that are needed. One of those big skills that are needed for surviving, and not just surviving, but thriving in the 21st century. So if you're able to do that, if you're able to step outside of your comfort zone and build a parachute on your way down, you'll definitely be in a good place. So that's my first benefit. That's one of the reasons I like to be an international student, is because I'm able to step out of my comfort zone, both physically and figuratively, and also consistently. So yeah. So the second benefit is that you'll be able to learn about yourself, right? I think oftentimes we are kind of stuck in the circle of doing the same thing all the time with the same people, which is great, but you kind of morph into liking the things that they like, whether it's your parents or your friends or whatever the teacher at school tells you, because everyone else is doing it, or a group that you know and love does it. You tend to do it as well, which is not 100% bad, but sometimes you want to figure out what you like. And so being an international student helps you to do that, just because you are in a new space, and so you are forced to be with yourself, and so you essentially have to sit with yourself, try new things, learn new things, and navigate that space. Another benefit on the learning about yourself is building up self-reliance. You'll be able to, oftentimes you'll have to figure out how you're gonna eat. You might be in a school that you live on residence, and that's dealt with 3 times a day, but maybe on Sundays you have to cook, so therefore you're gonna have to learn how to cook. Or you're gonna try a new restaurant, try something new on the menu, or even traveling by yourself. You know, that's a skill that no one really talks about, not getting lost or making sure you have the right documents, make sure you're in the right place, navigating that whole space, just developing the ability to be self-reliant and knowing what you need, when you need it, how you need it, and how you're going to give it to yourself. You know, being able to rely on yourself, be dependent, and make sure that regardless of what happens, regardless of where you are, you know what you need, you know how you need it, you know how to give it to yourself. And I don't think that's a skill that is taught as much. While it is important to be a part of community and to give back to community, it is also important to be able to rely on yourself and to make sure that you're able to serve you at the end of the day. And being an international student forces you to do that, because it's just you, for the most part, in another country, figuring it out. So that's benefit number 2. You learn about yourself. Okay, so the third benefit is being able to make new friends and to expand your network, which is one of the benefits I think you could have come up with by yourself. But definitely it's one that we should speak about. The ability to make new friends and to expand your network is something that is so valuable, especially in this new age that we live in, where, you know, so many things are accessible and so many things are happening cross borders. Being able to ask your friend in Kenya how politics is there, or what the new music trend is so valuable and so enriching, because you get to hear from someone from the country, essentially, right? So being an international student opens up the door to make new friends and to make a diverse set of friends, you know? Imagine being able to tell the story about how yourself and a friend from Kenya and Belgium and maybe someone from Greece got stuck in a bar in Malaysia. You know, like, those are things that fill me up just because they're so unique. You know, like, imagine all the things that you could be doing and the places you could be going, and how you experience life differently just because you have new friends who've gone through their own experiences and bring new value to your life and new perspectives, you know? And it's the same with expanding your network. You might not make 30, 50, 100 friends, and that's fine, but being able to be a part of an institution that has its own network of alumni and students and faculty and staff, etc., program directors, facilitators, etc., you're now being able to be a part of a new family, right? And typically families take care of each other very well, right? You may not know them, but they'll be more than ready to lend a helping hand to you or to give you direction, advice, you know, if you need it. And that's one of the privileges of being a part of a network. You know, you're able to tap into the resources that other people have. So that's definitely a benefit, being able to make new friends, now have more diverse perspectives, and to also expand your network. The only thing I'd say about expanding your network is to make sure that you give as much as you receive. You don't want to just be someone, a part of a network, just taking all the advice and taking everything and taking all the resources without also equally giving back wherever you can. You know, so try to give as much as you receive. That's also very important, because that also feeds into the network. It's kind of like a positive loop, I think, for all my science people. Tell me if I'm right. But yeah, it's a positive feedback loop, and it's important for us to feed back into it so that we can continue to benefit from it. So definitely, third benefit is to make new friends and to also expand your network. Alright, so the fourth benefit is being able to learn a new language, and that's a huge benefit because we now live in a global village where if you're able to talk to more people and communicate with a larger group of people, that's definitely an asset. So imagine if you're an international student in a country that predominantly speaks the language that you want to learn. Not only are you getting to learn the language, but you're able to see it happen in real time. You know, that's one of the benefits I've been definitely seeing. I've learned French before, shout out to Miss Crawford from Andrews. But it's so much nicer to be in Spain learning Spanish. You know, it's nice to be able to use what I've learned in class with Javier, shout out to Javier, But it's so nice to be able to use what I've learned in class out in the real world, in real time, you know, and to pick up slang and to hear the accent and to hear the different tonalities when I'm talking to different people in Spanish, right? There's a different tone that the people in Argentina have versus the people in Spain versus people in Panama. And it's really nice to be in a place that allows me to explore that, to explore the nuance. And I don't think that learning it by yourself in your own country allows you to do that in the same way, right? So if you're able to be an international student, you're able to really immerse yourself in the culture as well and immerse yourself into the language. So this is why you should become an international student, because you're able to pick up a skill, which is learning a new language, which is an asset, in an immersive way, which is in a new country, and you're also able to practice in a natural way and practice in a way that fulfills you. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it's difficult. Your girl is struggling right now with the Spanish, but I'm more inclined to do better and I'm more motivated to do better just because I need to use Spanish, right? I need to use Spanish to go to the grocery store, to buy things online. I need to use Spanish to do everything. And so as a result, I'm more motivated to get it done and get it done well. So, yeah, fourth benefit for you. Okay, so the fifth benefit is being able to boost your career prospects. Now, more than ever, recruiters are looking for people with international experience, right? And this goes back to what I was saying about living in a global village. And so imagine if you not only have experience living in Trinidad and Tobago, but also living in Kenya, but also living in Scotland or doing a semester in China. You know, you would potentially add so much more valuable perspective and assets and skills and resources to the company just because you have the perspective of living and experiencing those cultures as well, right? And so that's another benefit as well. You're able to stand out more in interviews and job applications just because you bring a different layer, a different element, you know, a new spice, if you will, to the company, and that's very important. So international students, or being an international student, is definitely an asset in regards to thinking about the next step that you have to take in your life. And then if we couple that with the benefit before, which is learning a new language, not only will you have this international experience being in another country, but you also have a language with that as well. So I think if you weren't convinced before, you should be convinced now after, 5 out of 6 benefits, especially in regards to boosting your career prospects, because you now have a wider pool, a wider scope. So yeah, I think you should definitely, if you can, be an international student. But before you go, there's one more benefit that I want to talk about. Benefit number 6, which is my favorite. All of them are really good, but I think this is my favorite out of the set, is being able to create a new home. After a month, after 6 months, after a year, after 4 years of being in a new space, you now have new customs, new friends, new favorite places. You have new songs to think about, new memories that you've made, and in a sense, you've created a new home, right? It's a new part of your identity, and that's also very important. And that's definitely a benefit because you're able to find pieces of yourself and find pieces of your joy in different places. Also pieces of your sadness, but definitely pieces of your growth. And being able to have that not splintered, but let's use splintered for lack of a better word, but being able to have those experiences and those memories all over the world provides a more enriching experience, in my opinion, because you're able to see different parts of yourself and how you've grown and how you've evolved and how you've made new friends and made new memories. So the last benefit is being able to create a new home and having another home in a different place. So yeah. Alright guys, I hope you really enjoyed this video. It was a joy for me to film. You will see all the bloopers. You'll all see you'll see all the bloopers at the end. This was not as clear cut as you probably just saw, but you'll see all the bloopers in the end. It was really just a joy for me to sit down with you and spend some time with you today and talk about what's important to be an international student, why we need international students, and what the benefits are. I hope you consider it. I hope you are geared up to go talk to your parents or guardians about why they should invest in sending you abroad, or why you should invest in yourself and spend some time abroad. It's such a fulfilling experience, and I am so much better for it, and I can't wait to see how you are made so much better for it as well. So until the next one, it was great having you. I hope you are feeling good and being graceful with yourself, and you're also spending time paying things forward for your future self as well. So see you later. Bye.
That was really good.
Thank you. It's me saying bloopers. Okay. Good? Okay. What was I saying? Okay. We are now in a global village, so being able to communicate with more people is definitely an asset, right? So, I'm gonna do that over. Also, want to say Oriental. Child, what are you doing? Okay. I hate that.
I love your comments. Even in class, the other day, I saw like, girl, you need to work on this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's so cute.
Talk to myself. I'm like, girl, what do you think you're doing, child? Let's go. Joe, the most favorite me.